It's going down. Giannis is out. He wants no parts of the Bucks. And it's time to start putting things together, okay? Silent Assassin's been trying to tease me all day. Oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, you guys will have the pieces. Oh, you're going to get Chris Paul. You're not going to get Giannis. Well, I'm telling you right now, okay? Don't count us out. The Lakers are in play. Just like how the Spurs are in play, the Rockets are in play, OKC's in play, the Knicks are in play. But here's the question that I have. Where does Giannis want to go? And is it up to Giannis? Because he's been on this team for 13 years. The organization doesn't have an obligation to send him where he wants to go. They have an obligation to be able to get the best package that they can possibly get. However, it is a slippery slope as a catch-22. He won you a championship. He's a guy that wanted to stay in Milwaukee and build. So at some point, you do owe him the right for him to go where he wants to go. So it's a very, very tough decision to make. Do we honor our greatest player and send him where he wants to go and maybe take back a weaker package because of it? Or do we send him where we want to send him with his approval, obviously, and say, hey, listen, this is the team that has the best package for us. I believe that this team can be able to be good for you as well. Do you accept that? That's the decision that they're going to have to make. And if I'm obviously we're an opinion show, so we're going to voice our opinions here. This type of situation doesn't come around often, where you have a generational talent that is saying, I wanna part ways. I think it's best that we move me and we go our separate direction. Like, this is not just a regular star player or guy that you drafted. Like, this is your all generational player. And I believe that when you have those special circumstances, I believe that you should honor the player. That's just my opinion. I'm sure people disagree with that. I believe that that's the way it's supposed to go. Is that when you have a special circumstance like a Giannis, like a LeBron, like a Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, like these are special players that deserve to go where they want to go. So if it's New York that Giannis chooses to go to, I believe that they should be able to try to negotiate whatever window they can to be able to get that deal done. If it's the Lakers that he's trying to force his way to, you try to get that deal done. If it's the Spurs have the best assets that the Bucks will want. But does Giannis want that? I believe that they should be able to honor the player because he's given so much to this franchise, won them a championship, made the Bucks relevant again. And I believe it's their obligation to be able to honor the player. It really is. Now let's go ahead and just talk about ideal fits. Where is Giannis's ideal fit? Doesn't matter what conference. Where's his ideal fit? It's the Spurs. Spurs are the ideal fit. They have the young players. They have the draft capital. And they have that 7'5" freak of nature in Victor Wembanyama. Could you imagine Wembanyama, Giannis, and De'Aaron Fox on one team? Scary. Another team that's actually a very, very good fit, which might break the league. It might literally break the NBA. The Thunder have a package that they can put together and trade for Giannis. They have the trade. They have the picks, and they have the young players. They can literally trade Jalen Williams with some draft picks and get that deal done. That's how scary OKC is. They already have the best record in the NBA. They're the defending champions. They've lost, one game on the season? 2 games on the season?
I think one.
Yeah, I think they've lost one time in 20-something games. If they trade for Giannis, they are going to break the league. And if I'm the Thunder, I do it. I do it. Yeah. Leave no doubt. We want to win the next 7 titles. And this is going to be able to help us get there. Why not? If you got the assets, there's a reason why you got assets. For times like this. Every draft pick and every young player is not going to work out for your particular organization. Sometimes guys just don't develop here. Sometimes they got to go somewhere else to develop. If you have all of these assets, at some point you got to cash in. And they've cashed in very well. They've drafted well. They've put together a great roster. They've won a championship. But now you have a chance to break the league. Golden State did this. They did this right after the 2016 NBA Finals. Okay, we lost in Game 7. They beat us after being down or up 3-1. We're now going to break the league. Let's call Kevin Durant. And let's sign him here. It broke the league. OKC should do the same. Makes sense. So those are the 2 ideal fits. Houston is actually another fit as well, because you talk about the way the Houston Rockets are built. They don't have a potential or prototypical roster. They don't have a point guard. If you trade for a guy like Giannis, you now can be able to have Giannis as your point forward. That can work. Kevin Durant, maybe you have to put Amen Thompson in there, but they have the assets. They got the young players to be able to do that. But all the teams that I mentioned are out west. The only team that's in the East that actually makes sense is where he wants to go, but can they get the deal done? It's with the Knicks. And the Knicks would literally have to get rid of everybody to make that deal. Cat, of course, they want to get rid of Cat now because he's fouling me. Foul. Every 2 seconds. I've never seen somebody complain so much in my life. Foul. And refs are just like, yo, stop crying, bro. You're 6'11". Do something. Dunk on somebody. Stop looking at me to bail you out. So we'll see what happens, man. With the fact that now he has this calf strain and they say that he's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. Everybody got their conspiracy hats on. They got their aluminum hats on. Oh, he's not hurt. This is all a part of the plan. He has played his last game with the Bucks. He's not returning. This is just their way of getting him off the team. Could be true. But when we talk about calf strains, you got to be very, very careful because calf strains become problematic if you don't rest them. And the worst thing that you want to do is if your player actually wants to be traded and you have this asset that you want to probably, oblige him with a trade, you don't want anything to happen to that trade asset. You want to make sure that it's as good as possible to be able to get the return that you want back. However, I don't think it matters with Giannis. Giannis can break his leg today and people will still trade top dollar for him. It doesn't matter. But you also want to protect the player because you have to rest the calf strain or else it becomes an Achilles problem. It's all connected. So it's very interesting. But I'm excited because as a Laker fan, I already heard the rumors. Luka got on the phone and was like, yo, heard Giannis is available. I'm like, yeah. Might want to make that call. I said, yeah, but that might cost you Austin Reeves. you might want to make that call. Make that call. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to break up the Snow Time Lakers. I don't. But if it's for Giannis, you break that hell up. You break it up. Okay? Break it up. I love my white boys. I do. Love the white boys on the Lakers. But when it comes to Giannis, that's a bad man. Okay? You send Austin Reeves to Mars. If that's where you gotta send him. I love him. But you send him to Mars for Giannis. And if they want Braun to, you send him too. Okay? You send him too. Can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm saying it. You send Braun to Milwaukee. Send him to Milwaukee. Moving on.